Alrighty. I just realized the last couple of times I did forget to change my privacy. I don't know how I forgot to do that. All right, so there we go. It should be set everywhere. All right, one more time this evening, only because I have my heat press on and no sense in wasting the electricity because I had to let it heat up to 365 anyway. So I figured I'd come live and answer another question that I get asked about often. And that is, what in the heck is tacky paper? And what is it used for? And why do you have it on a roll? So I'm going to share that with you guys today. Where did it go? Oh, it's back here. So I have a microfiber towel from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to press a design to. And I always forget because this is the plushy side, but I think that's the side I'm supposed to do it on versus this one. I don't know. We're going to see. But I'm going to press it to that and just kind of walk you guys through why I personally like the tacky paper. We put it in sheets because you guys requested it. I don't really use the sheets that often because I don't find I have an issue for regular shirts with ghosting with using our regular fast dry, and I don't use heat tape or anything like that. I only use the tacky paper for oversized things. So we're going to talk about that. Just give me a moment to go ahead and share this out so that I can also put my phone back over there so you guys can see it once I press it. So let's go share, write a post. I'm just sharing it out. So just give me a moment. All right, let me select all and copy and then post, share. All right, so I have shared it out everywhere that I plan to share it to. And there, we're good. All right, now let me just give me a moment. I need to put this on that tripod. All right, so settings, camera, back camera. Okay, that's perfect. Stop cam and mute, enter studio. All right. Nope, that goes just like that. Boy. Oh, come on. Hold on. Okay. Had to make sure that everything was turned down on that. And let's go into solo view. There we go. All right. Now let's get skating. All right. Hello, everybody. I am Shakia, the professor and owner of Salaholics Anonymous and the product line, Honestly Speaking, which I'm going to use our tacky paper that's on the roll today. You can find out more information about it or purchase it at shop.hsinc365.com, shop.hsinc365.com. All orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time go out the same day. So you don't have to wait too long as you USPS don't act crazy, but you want to guarantee it, go with UPS. They are a lot faster than USPS, but all orders before 3 p.m. get shipped out same day. All right. So what is the tacky paper? What is it used for? I have several videos, but it's always great to do another one for those who are new to our platform, new to hearing about our products and things like that. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of education and then also do a quick little demo. So tacky sublimation paper is not something that's new. It is actually the traditional type of paper that's used for textiles. So when they're making large all over, like for cut and sew, for uniforms, for shirts. So like our cheer uniforms was made that way. Whenever they're making big towels, my son has a lot of character towels with the little hoods on them. Those are traditionally done with like the tacky paper. Shower curtains, anything like really, really large, it's done on a large format press, excuse me, is normally done with the tacky paper on textiles because it creates a temporary tack to the fabric to prevent it from ghosting when your heat press lifts up. Now, our regular fast dry, once you put that pressure on it and you take it up, like for the most part, it does like this dome effect and it doesn't really ghost from lifting up the press. By the time you lift up the press, our paper is not designed. It's not just, people always say, okay, it's the ink release, like all of it coming off. You want a paper that's really going to complete the sublimation process to where it's not gassing off, because you can have it where it appears all the ink is off, but it can still be gassing. And then once it slides across your substrate, because it's still gassing off, you can get ghosting. Now, with any paper, pretty much as soon as you hit the top of it with heat, it starts to, gas off and starts to sublimate. So if you're kind of like hesitant with taking it down, or when you're bringing your heat press down, if it kind of shifts, you might end up getting ghosting on that initial press, but not so much when it comes up. A lot of people prefer to like tape theirs down and stuff like that. If they're using an auto press. I've never really had that issue with our paper. It is a pretty good weight, so it doesn't like move too much once the heat press comes up. But the tacky paper just gives you more assurance that it's not going to lift up and move. Now, with the tacky paper, you do need to pre-press to remove the moisture so that it can actually tack down. There are certain items where I don't have to like really pre-press. I don't really pre-press my graduation stoles or ties, and I find that they still stick. Even with these microfiber towels, last time I did them, I did not have to pre-press it, but I am going to pre-press this one only for the sake of the video. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not, because then I'll have to cover it up with extra butcher paper, and I really don't need any butcher paper. So we're going to just take this one as is, only because it has these threads on it. And once these threads are heated, they melt. And I really don't want to waste another piece of butcher paper. I'm only going to use craft paper on the bottom. So I'm not going to pre-press this particular item. This is a microfiber towel from the Dollar Tree, but I do recommend that you pre-press. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm going to take the tag off because this side is, the pile on it is a lot shorter. So it's going to look a little bit better. Like if it moves around, it's not going to move as much because this is shorter. On this side, it's a lot thicker. So with where the ink will hit it at, it won't get all the way down to the bottom of the fibers. It'll rest on top. So with this side, you'll see a lot of movement with it. So I don't want to do it on this side. So I'm going to do it on the side where the tag was at, because that pile, which means like that's just how far out the threads are, it's a little bit shorter. And this is about 15 by 24. So of course, because I'm printing with an Epson 7720, it does not print this wide. Now I can print this long, I just can't print 15 inches wide. All Epson printers allow you to print as long as 47 inches long, unless you have the 8550, which you can print 78 inches long. So for me, what I like to use the tacky paper for is oversized prints. I'm not one that does a lot of all over shirts. I just think it's too much time. It just takes too much to try and do those. So I don't try to do all over shirts unless it's just like for a quick demo purpose. And I'll do those maybe once or twice a year to show you guys how to do it. But if I had to do an all over shirt, I'm just going to outsource the print, and then I can still press it with my 16 by 20 press. But I do not like the idea and the thought of piecing together for an all over shirt. But for other things like bigger microfiber towels, I did the big blanket. If you guys missed that one, I did a really, really big blanket. It was a birth announcement one. So I did it on those. Well, that wasn't that big. The other one that I did for my sister-in-law, that was a really large blanket. You also have the pillowcase from Dollar Tree. I'll use it on that and piece it together. Graduation stoles, ties. I also like to use my roll when I'm making senior crowns, because I use 12 by 24 inch cardstock. So I'm able to print it much longer. Yeah, so those are the things I mainly use it for. And it just creates a temporary tack. Now, the reason why I like to use this paper whenever I'm doing oversized is I don't use a board. You're going to hear, and you're probably going to see a lot of videos where people use Yucca board, which is basically hardboard, or even the RAM board. Now, I do want, like, for certain, like, next time I do one sometime this year, probably doing HS Ink Month, which last year it was Silaholics Anonymous Month. I should have just listened to a certain someone whose last name is Douglas and just made it, honestly speaking. But I was being stubborn because Silaholics Anonymous was just my baby. But it will definitely be called HS Ink, honestly speaking, Awareness Month. And we'll still have HS Ink Day, which, I'm wearing the shirt from last year's HS Ink Day. And I'll probably do another one then. And maybe putting it in there will help keep the armpits out. Although I hear there is a new shirt on the market that was strategically designed to avoid that. I can't wait to get my hands on some of those shirts so that I can test out that theory. But I don't use a hardboard. Not sure if you can see back here. Well, you can't see, but there is a cabinet. Can you see it? Nope, still can't see it. Yeah, there's a cabinet over there. There is shelves or like a bin right here. So I can't use that big old hardboard. I have to make it work in like without using that. So with the tacky paper, because it tacks, I'm able to freely move it, and the previous print does not move or shift as I move it because it's tacked down, and it allows me to press in sections and not have any movement. So that is why I like the tacky paper rolls. I don't really use the sheets as often. I mean, I've gone through a few just to kind of show it, and I use it for smaller stuff like masks and things like that. But I typically like just the roll, and I use it for larger items. All right. So that is what the tacky paper is for. It is for textiles to create a temporary tack so that it does not shift or have any ghosting. But for me, I like to do it for oversized so that it doesn't move. So hopefully that clears it up. All right. My prints are already done. When you're going to do this, I recommend creating overlap. Now, there is a slight misunderstanding on what it means to overlap. If you don't create your separation where part of the image from here is also on the image on the other side, you're going to see a shift. Or if you try and line it right up, most likely you're still going to see a white line. You have to make it where the prints actually overlap. Like I said, meaning you have a little bit of the print on the end is on both sides of the paper. That's what it means to overlap. I have a full detailed video on Facebook, on YouTube, under Silaholics Anonymous and Honestly Speaking on how to break that up. Definitely go and check out that video. I'll come back and I'll put it at the end cards because I forgot to put the link in the description for that video. But if you search Honestly Speaking all over Split or Silaholics Anonymous all over Split or Full Bleed Split, you'll find that video. But I'll go through it really quickly here, and then we're just going to piece this tape piece and tape this together, and then I'm going to press it. Uh-oh. All right. I just picked any black art. Don't ask me where it came from. Technically, I'm not supposed to make it. I just did a Google search, found something that just had a lot of colors to it, and decided to print it out. So I'm not going to go through the full, like I said, you can watch that video. For this one, I know that I can get away with like 12.5 inches. So I'm just going to make this one 12.5 by 26. And I'm going to duplicate it to the right or left. It doesn't matter which way you duplicate it. So I'm just going to go that way. And I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard to move it back a few. So I'm just going to go, and you see where there is a little bit of overlap between these two pieces. So then we're going to place it over our design. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this whole thing, come in through here, delete those, select this side and crop, and then select this side and crop. Somebody's upset because they got their iPad taken away because it's bedtime. And then we're going to, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to move this one. Or I can just do it from here. So I'll click on it, center it to page, and then I'll go and print. Here, center to page, and then move it over because that is way too small, so I can cut it off. And then I'll send this to print. I actually probably could have printed this on 8.5. That we sell it in 13-inch rolls and 8.5-inch rolls. So if you have a small format printer, like the 2720, 2800, 2803, 3710, 4700, any of those, we do have the 8.5-inch roll, and you can use it with those. So you're not limited either. You can do a single side for a graduation stole and do it in one whole print versus breaking it up. All right. And then as far as printing, definitely go check that out. But you set up your print. All of the other settings are exactly the same. It's just that my document size, you set it by going to user define. And then I always just set mine because I'm my 13 by 19. Everything is maxed out to 12.95 by 47.24. Even if the design is only 26 inches, my roll part is set to that. That way I don't have to think about it if I don't have to think about it if I'm going to print something that is 47 inches long. So it's just set to that automatically, 12.95 by 47. That's what I set mine to. All right. And that's what the HS8 13 by 47 inch roll is. Now, because I have my design page set to 26, it's not going to go and try and print 47 inches. It's going to print just the 26. There is no roll feed. So you cannot just you cannot just put the entire roll on in your printer. Okay. You have to cut it down to size. So you're basically creating really long custom sheets. You cannot put the entire roll, just load it into your printer, because it will just continue to feed until it reaches the end of it. You must cut it down. I personally put mine through the front. You can put it through the front or the rear. I choose to put it through the front because I can't reach my rear feed. So it can go in either slot. Now, if you are using the newer printers, the 7820, 7840, 7310, your tray is only 11 inches wide. So you have to go through the rear feed because your tray is only 11 inches wide. But with the 7720, 7710, 7210, 7620, 7610, 7110, all of those, you can go straight from the front because your front tray is 13 inches wide. I'm going to cut this like completely straight and reuse this for something else. So I'm going to just put this off to the side for safekeeping. Now, I've already trimmed down this side over here. It is going to layer on top. So I do like to leave a little bit extra on this side. All right. And this side is, whichever side you choose will be the one that you cut all the way down. Make sure that there is no white. That is why you create overlap, so that you can cut into the image, but it's still going to have part of this that's on the end is going to be here, and it's going to make for a perfect seam. All right, so this is the bottom side. So we're going to put some heat tape. Okay, something is stuck in my heat tape. Hold on, y'all. Oh, this is what it was. Okay, never mind. I found the source. I didn't have to disassemble it. I found what it was. Yep, that's what it was. That is what was keeping it from spinning. All right, so I start off with a few, and I'm going to end up putting a few more on here. And then I'm going to line this bad boy up. Just so that it stays in place as I flip this. And then I'm going to take my heat tape, which I normally like to use one that's a bit thicker than this. But this is the one that's on my desk, so I'm going to use this. Or you can use masking tape. Either will work. And I'm just going to take a longer piece and cover up this seam because sub ink can and will gas. Oh, shoot. Dang it. The fan is on and the wind caught it and made it lift up. All right, so you just want to go down this seam with tape because it will gas out through that side. All right. Sublimation ink tries to find a way of escape. So it's either going to escape directly onto your substrate, or if there are any gaps, it's going to surely try to find that gap and escape. Just want to make that where it's nice and tight. And flip that bad boy over. All right. Now we're going to take our microfiber towel and place it over the print. And I have a lot of bleed on this, only because of the way this image was, and I did not bother to crop it. So I have quite a bit of bleed on it because I didn't crop the image down. I just printed it out. Because this one is one where it's kind of funky. There's no consistency in these. Sometimes they're like, it'll go at like an angle. So I like to leave a little extra on these things because they are not consistent. All right, I'm going to take this down. I probably should have given this, I'm going to give this a little pre-press only because it doesn't want to lay flat. I was trying to avoid using unnecessary butcher paper, but now I have no choice. So, let me cut a piece. I'm so upset about that. Uh-oh. So upset that I have to waste a piece of butcher paper. And for some reason, I am not still on StreamYard. Why is that? All right, let's pull my StreamYard back up. All right, enter Studio. No mic. Enter. And there we go. And there's only going to be a little part of this that I won't be able to press with my heat press. Like I said, this is like 24 inches and my heat press is a 16 by 20. So I'll be able to do like the whole thing and I'll just have to flip it around to do the little bit on the other side. But let me grab a piece of butcher paper. Actually, no. Let's do parchment because parchment paper is non-stick. And so those little threads won't stick to this. So it'll make it harder. Like it'll get really stiff on the butcher paper because, ooh, come on. All right. Dang it. It's like coming out. I have to be very, very careful with where that is. I think I'm going to have to use butcher paper because part of it is peekabooing out. All right, let's see. Ah, dang it. It got on my heat press. It was peekabooing out. Something told me to just grab the darn butcher paper, which I'm going to do. And so I'll just grab another sheet of parchment paper. We'll just make sure I cover up both sides. I was hoping it would work, but no bueno. All right. All right, I just want it to be flat. So just going to do a little pre-press on that. All right. Make sure it's all going in the same direction so that when I put it down, it's all going the same way. All right, let me go over to the other side and take this bad boy down. I'll come back to this one. I'll grab it in a minute. Is StreamYard expensive? I don't find it expensive because of the number of locations I want to stream to. I want to say it is, I want to say it's like if you want to do like unlimited streams, you get up to 3 locations. And hold on one second. So I paid $49 a month. They have the other one is $25 a month, and you get up to 3 locations. I have 6 locations that I can do at $49 per month, but they do have one that is $25 per month. Excuse me. And let me give you guys the link. So here is my link if you would like to try out StreamYard. And let's flip over to this view. See, that's going to lay a whole lot better, and I won't have to fiddle with it so much. I want to get more of his crown, but I like the fact that he's gripping her waist. So I'm going to lose part of his crown on this. I wish I would have fully measured this. All right, so we're going to just tape this down to, and this is the same thing I do to the shirt. I'll tape it down in a few places. So not a lot of tape. Pretty much just going up here. I did 3 on this side, 4 on that side. Don't ask me why I did 4 on that side. And if I wanted to be on the safe side, I could put a piece down here at the bottom and at the top if I wanted to be on the safe side. All right. And then I personally like to tape my print to my craft paper. Normally, I'm doing this on either a really big table, like not my little table here that has all this stuff, or I'm doing it on the floor. But just to make sure that I can move this around, I like to tape it to the paper. And again, only a few places. And you don't have to use your heat tape. I actually could use my masking tape for this instead of wasting my heat tape, but it's right in front of me, so why not use it? And I'm going to cut down some of this paper. I know it's a really bad angle. Hold on. There we go. Okay, it's actually not sticking. I'm going to go ahead and use my Dollar Tree, although this is, I think, Dollar General, because Dollar Tree at the time did not have any. So this one is from Dollar General because it's a bit thicker. Or no, not Dollar General. Family Dollar, I think, is where my mom got these from because they didn't have any at the Dollar Tree at the time when we needed more. I'm just going to make sure this bad boy stay down. Although, like I said, it's going to stick. Even when I lift this up, you'll see that the print is going to be stuck to this. So I'm going to lift this part up, and you'll see the print will be stuck to it. All right. So that's taped down. And she says, HSing Tacky Roll is the best. I use it in my F570 for all my fabric substrates. It's the best. I need to get the wider tape. We do sell it on the site. We have it from 1/2 inch to 6 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4-inch and wait, half, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Don't ask me why I skipped 5. I have no idea why. I need to get the thick tape. I'm using the thin one. Can you explain how the ink is in a gas? That's just what sublimation is. Sublimation goes from that's what the sublimation process is. It's gas. So in order to transfer it from the ink to your substrate, it turns into a gas. And the polymers or polyester, the pores of it opens up when it's heated. And then as it cools down, it basically locks in those gases, which is essentially the color, which is why I always say it's not toxic. Sublimation gases are not toxic. There are no fumes. Like from this, the smell that I'm going to smell from this, and my kids will probably complain about because they're in their room, is from the craft paper. Pressing this when you're not supposed to, this kind of creates a smell. But sublimation ink itself is not toxic in any way, shape, or form. And there are really no fumes from it, which is why I make my tumblers, my cups in my oven, because if it was toxic, I would be more at risk doing this right now than doing a tumbler, which is completely wrapped. All right, so let's go over to my heat press. Ooh. And only because I now cannot tell where the print is, I'm going to press it this way because I know for sure it will be on my heat press, but I don't know where it is in the middle without fiddling around and fiddling. So I'm just going to press it in sections this way so that I know for sure it's on my press. Oh, actually, I'm going to start because I have more room on this side. So I'm going to start on this end. Ooh, why'd you buckle up? All right, there you go. And just making sure it's on my heat press. And then I'm going to press it for 30 seconds. It is not toxic. I use it in my oven. So I know people say that, but they're saying it off of hearsay. I am someone that I do this for a living. I completely research this. When you really look up sublimation ink and how it works, it is not toxic. If it was toxic, we could not do this and press over an open heat press. So it is not toxic, regardless of what anyone says. It is not toxic. I am not an amateur at this. This is what I do. This is my livelihood. All right. So I don't give out false information. All right, so we're going to so when you're pressing it, you do want to have some overlap. This is where it was before. So you do want to have some overlap just to make sure that you don't have a white line. It doesn't really matter how much overlap. With our paper, because we sublimate at such a low temp and a faster time, I'm not worried about where that overlap is. I'm not worried about it being darker than any of the other places because it's already fully released. So now I'm just pressing over the side that's not, and nothing more is going to happen to this side over here because my substrate has taken all of the ink that it's going to be able to take. And these are the Dollar Tree, like the ones in the car, like for the cars. All right. Ooh, I still have a bit of a line there. Hopefully that didn't give me a line. So see, I'm going to lift this up. And I'll take the tape off. And you'll see, like, I can take it all off at once. But I just want you to see that it is tacked, like, See, it doesn't fall off. It's tacked to it. So it creates a temporary tack. Are you ready? And see how it pulls up? It's stuck to it. So it's not just coming off easily. It's stuck to it. And I think I was supposed to do the other side and not this side. I think. And this was printed on plain paper setting, not premium matte, plain paper set to high. And look at how amazing those colors are. Oh no, it was the right side. And that is what's left. The lighting in here is not super great. See, because it's the thinner side, if I go like this, it's not distorted that much. Now, if I did the other side, you would see like when you rub your hands against it, because it's much thicker on this side and like it's finer, so it would move. So this side, it flattens it out and it doesn't really distort it too much. And there is the line, because it's a bit thicker, you will see the line where the overlap was. So you kind of get a small line of demarcation in lighter areas, but you really, really can. Over time, as you wash that, that will work its way out. So that's that. Oh my gosh, what just went through my head? Jackie, get off my live, because if you only knew what I thought about, get off my live, Jackie. I don't know how to make this to where I put y'all face on there, ma'am. I didn't make this. I found this on Google. Oh yeah, I found this on Google, girl. All right, let me switch over to the other camera. All right. Oh, wait. I thought I switched over. There we go. So there's that, completely to the edge. And you don't see any shift. Like if I didn't point it out, you probably wouldn't know where this was seamed at, because you don't see a line of demarcation, especially in the colored area. That's because it's overlapped. So you'll never really know where that line of demarcation is. Yes, go ahead and drop those cyan, magenta, yellow, and black hearts for HS Ink. Thank you so much, Miss Williams. And I have there are some other ones, and I want to put them on a pillowcase. It's like a bunch of this particular artist, and I want to put it on a pillowcase. They're for me. I'm not gonna tell y'all where to get them folk artwork for, because technically not supposed to do that. But I thought it was so beautiful, so and it was a lot of color. So I wanted something that would show how amazing art ink is. So, like that's, I mean, in the cut, like look at, let me see, can I put it where it is a split screen? I don't need this one, so remove from stream. And actually I could have done it the other way. Hold on. Dang it. No, it's not going to be able to show. But I was trying for you to see, like trying to get you to see the color on here and then the color on here. It's amazing. Absolutely flipping amazing. Like, especially in that top corner part. Look at that. That's so dope. All right. Oh, nothing but the best, honey. The paper and the ink are both, honestly speaking, Sublimation ink and paper from our website, shop.hsink365.com. So, yes, nothing but the best. Our bottles are 104. These are the pigment ink ones. Let me go back up. Our bottles are 140 milliliters. Let me go down to here. If you have an eco tank, you can get Formula B, but our signature is back. If you have an eco tank, you can still do the signature. This was like our secondary one because they sent us the wrong one, but we now have our signature ink back in stock. We did a site-wide price drop. So you see that 68, that was the old price. Now it is 55.63. So you're saving quite a bit. Once we did our site-wide price drop, and they are 140 milliliters. That's 2 complete full refills on eco tanks and a whole lot of refills on with the cartridge based printers. The website again is shop.hsink365.com. Okay, I'm guessing someone asked. Yes, so that was a Fusion, correct? So she asked what size, correct? It is a Hotronix Fusion, the 16 by 20. Oh, put your face on a shirt for Ghost. I can do that. I don't know why I read that as you wanted your face and Ghost face on the artwork. Oh, but I can definitely make you a shirt for Ghost to put on with your face on it. That I can do. Thank you for the stars, my dear. Thank you. Yes, definitely send those stars if you are on Facebook, and you can send super chats if you are on YouTube. Thank you for the hearts. Can't wait to make my next order. Do I have to change the bottle out to fit the ink nozzles on the printer, or can I just connect your bottles? All of our bottles are keyed for eco tanks. And then for the cartridge ones, it's so dope. If you haven't seen me do it, because it has the plunger in it, you just stick your needle through here. I don't take the top off to put it in my cartridges. You stick the needle right through there. It keeps you from having a bunch of spills. If it drops, I've had like a little spray, but there's a stopper in there. So you just put your needle in there if you're filling cartridges, but it is keyed for the eco tanks. It's a universal key. Thank you. The colors pop in the dark at a party. Yes, man. This is awesome. Now, where you come from? She's like, I still don't know where the seam is. Thank you. Oh, thank you so very much for the super chat. So this is what we did today, y'all. With the it's way over here. Look at my shirt. Walking billboard. Have my QR codes. When I was in the store, I had my QR codes on my back. Walking billboard. But yeah, so this is the roll paper. And this is where it was taped at and overlapped, so you don't see, other than like the extra thickness of the paper will kind of put a little line in there, but that's about it. And 30 seconds. Was no smoke and mirrors, was not edited. 30 seconds. And we got this. You're not going to find a better quality paper at a better value than on our website. So definitely go and check it out and become a part of Team 365 HS Ink crew. All right. All right, y'all. I will do the pillowcase because I'm going to do I want to put it on a Dollar Tree pillowcase. So I'm going to do that sometime this week because I have to really measure that one out. And there's like 4 pictures and I want to figure out how to put all 4 going across the pillowcase. So that will be sometime later this week. All right. Why have you not touched a roll? Thank you, Miss Cheryl. Look at that. Look at the colors. Now, this one, I made a mistake and printed on plain paper setting. Plain paper setting does not take well to tumblers, the 20-ounce tumblers. Now, the matte ones, yes. The holographic glitter ones, this is plain paper setting. And this is actually with tacky paper. But it doesn't do well on this. So you have to print your tumblers in premium matte. But everything else, plain paper setting. This was pressed in 30 seconds. Well, on a heat press. But I think I did this one with the easy press. So I had to go a little bit longer and it shifted on me. But most substrates, 30 seconds. But not mugs. What the heck is that? But this is plain paper setting. You see that black? So the release on the paper is absolutely amazing. And you get accurate colors when you are printing from a printer that traditionally uses pigment ink. Your colors can vary a little bit if you are using that's what I might do next. I might do this on 8.5 by 11. 8.5 inch roll, because I got a bunch of these, and print it out again so that you can see the difference between printing from an EcoTank printer and printing from the 7720. And I probably need to do it because I haven't printed from my EcoTank printer in weeks. So I probably need to send a print through there. And I'll show you the difference in the color from an EcoTank that uses dye inks and an Epson printer that uses pigment ink, because that's really what sub ink is made to match. She says, I'm Team 365 for life. Thank you. I have the 7720 and want to switch to your ink. How do I go about doing that? Do I need to get new blank cartridges? I have a video for that. I literally have a video for everything. You can get new cartridges. I recommend having a second set anyway. We sell the cartridges. Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. We sell the cartridges pre-filled, pre-primed for you. So you don't have to worry about doing anything other than removing the vent plug and putting it in your printer. So let me see. Let's go down and find, where is the... All right, let's go to Sublimation Collections, Workforce Printer Starter Collections. And here we go. So you have a bundle which has your chip resetter, 20 milliliter syringes, and 30 milliliter for the black, your pre-filled, pre-primed cartridges. All you have to do is take out this back vent plug, put it in your printer. If you're switching inks, I recommend doing the push air method just to make sure any residual ink is out. Although you can just go and print. If you're not in the middle of a print job, you can just go ahead and print. And of course, you get this ink, which you won't need until the ink in your cartridges runs low. So we have this one. But if you don't want this, you can do it DIY. So we do have a DIY kit. This is your quick start bundle. There is a quick start kit, which doesn't have the chip resetter, but everyone needs a chip resetter. And you have the empty ones as well. And I think on the next page, it shows the quick start, the DIY kits. If it will go to the next page. I said load more. All right, what are you doing? Load more. All right, don't know what that is doing. All right, let's try this again. Or let's just go to Sublimation Ink. So we have the quick start bundle, the quick start kit just doesn't have the chip resetter. And then you have the DIY kit. And then there is a DIY bundle that has empty cartridges and the chip resetter. Or you can use up as much ink in your cartridge as possible and then put the ink on top of it and be able to use it. Thank you, Tiffany. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Danny, for the super sticker, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, just say, I always use plain paper settings on your paper for my tumblers and the color, even with black. I don't know. Maybe I got some bad tumblers because for me, like this mug is black. I mean, it's black and this is plain paper setting. But for some reason, when it comes to tumblers on regular 20-ounce tumblers, I don't know if I got a bad batch of tumblers or what. Like this, what the heck is all this ink? So on this one was plain paper setting. And look at that black, but then look at this black. So it's totally different. I have no, well, I'm gonna put it back here so you can see it's kind of like grayish on this one. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if I got a bad batch of tumblers or what, but my, like when I do like a big piece of black, now see this part looks, well, not even really looks black on there either, but yeah, I don't know what it is. But for me, for some reason, it ain't turning like blackety black. I don't know why, but this does on this one. Let's see. Did I miss anything? No, I did not. All right. Last call for questions before I jump off of here. That's so weird seeing my face in the back like that. My black comes out great. It might be the tumblers. I wonder if that's what it is. And see, I don't, as I'm saying, I use 350 and, I don't preheat my oven and I put it in there and I don't know. I do 350. I stopped doing 375 a long time ago. And I realized one of y'all told me I can do 350. So I just tested it and I'm like, I mean, I got a great seam, but it's like patchy. I don't know what it is. So I don't know. Now y'all got me wanting to experiment. I mean, they're doing a bunch of freaking tumblers to figure out why are mine coming out like this. I don't know. It comes out patchy and grayish. So I don't know. Alrighty. Any other questions for moi before I jump off of here? And if you are just joining, you missed it. You got to watch the playback. But I did this microfiber towel from Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree, whatever you want to call it now. Using our roll of tacky paper. So this is essentially this is like a 14, almost like 15 by 24 inch towel. The print was 20. I made the sheet 26 inches long. And this is what we did today. This is such beautiful art. I got to figure out who this is. I want to buy the actual artwork so I really support the artist. I just wanted something that was colorful. So I picked one of the first ones I saw. So I'm thinking I got some bad tumblers then. I mean, I know one set was bad, but I don't know. I get great colors for everything else except black. I mean, like, even look at this. Like, I mean, this one, I mean, I don't feel like it's giving everything it's supposed to give, but I have a lot of tumblers and they look great. But for some reason, this just didn't do what it was supposed to do. I did answer it. I even posted my link for StreamYard if you would like to get a paid membership. I pay $49 a month because I needed to stream to multiple destinations. Sometimes I use up all 8 of them because I can stream to all of my YouTube. I can stream to both of my Facebook pages, both of my Facebook profiles. So I needed the 8, but they also have one that's $25 and you can stream to 3 destinations, unlimited time. You don't have to have the StreamYard watermark on there, because normally you'll see that big duck in the top, but once you pay for it, it basically takes that away. That's one of the things that made me choose StreamYard over Restream. With Restream, you have to get like their highest package, I think, or I think maybe they have like 3 packages. Maybe you have to get like the second to highest one before they will remove their Restream. So even though you're paying for their lowest package, they still put the Restream watermark on there. And I was like, not if I'm paying you. So that's one of the reasons why I chose to go with StreamYard versus Restream, because I couldn't see myself paying and I still got to have your watermark on it. Like, no. But that one is $25 a month. And during Black Friday, they had one that was like $10 a month. But I forget what it was, but they don't really advertise it. It's great because they have a giveaway tool. You can, put banners up. You can have like different tickers that go across the bottom, different starting banners, of course, being able to view the comments. So it's really, 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 really great. What do you do as far as, or do you just want it for your general crafting? Do you have like a Facebook group and things like that where you teach things? Hit me up in my inbox. I probably have a couple good tips for you. I know someone asked me about my arm. So all of these, I have all Elgato, because this is an Elgato face cam, which is a webcam. I have Logitech webcams. I like these arms because I can maneuver it. So there is the base one. I can have another like pole here and give like different angles on this one table. So it's the main pole and this can adjust height wise. Then I have this. There's actually another connector to this somewhere. Boom. So I can make this even longer. And I have one here, and as you can see, there's one over there as well, and that has the Elgato phone clip on it also. And I have quick changes, so I can easily take just all of my devices have this on the bottom. So if I wanted to take this and put it over on that tripod, you see the little knob right there. I just untwist that one, take that one off, slide this one on. So I have a bunch of quick changes everywhere. So hit me up. All right. I like the white tape better. What white tape? If you're saying you like clear tape because you get stains, our tape is non-staining and non-marking. So I personally have not had an issue with it at all, staining anything. Our prices are absolutely amazing. They are, for the quality, the fact that you don't need butcher paper. You can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, fast as 30 seconds. You're not going to find a better value than our paper. There are 100 sheet packs, 120 GSMs. 8.5 by 11 is 1830. 8.5 by 14, 2265. 2830 for 11 by 17, 3365 as in 365. All of our prices contain either 65, 365 or 30, because those are our signature numbers. And then we also have, if you have a large format printer, we have the Incredible Bundle that will give you all 4 sizes for $95.63. You get a 3-pack. So if you do a lot of tumblers, you only have a small format, you get the 3-pack of 8.5 by 11 all the way up to 11 by 17. It's a 4-pack of 13 by 19. And we are one of the only locations that sells it by the case to it's almost like getting it wholesale. And you really, really break it down. I mean, you're getting an amazing value to buy it by the case. If you do a lot of printing, we have several people who have business where they basically do just tumblers and they buy cases from us all the time. And so a full case is 265.63. So 365 backwards. The 8.5 by 14. And we sell the cases in both our tacky and fast dry. So if I go back, let me see you go. And the rolls, the 13-inch roll is 40/30, and it's 328 feet. The 8.5 by 11 is 328 feet. The 24 is 100 feet, but you get 2 rolls for that. And then our regular tacky sheets is a little bit more than the fast dry. So the tacky sheets is 19.30, 23.65, 29.30, 35.63. And of course, we have the packs, the multi-packs, and the cases for those as well. Okay. So hopefully those prices meet your budget, because I promise you, you won't find a better value. All right. Look forward to hearing from you. All right, y'all. I got to go. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.